Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. I've got kids and they play the computer a lot and they make all these weird noises like this. So anyway, my son thought it'd be a good idea to go to bed at 4 a.m. and play the computer all night. And I thought I'm gonna make the most of this. So now it's morning time and he's sleeping in. So I'm gonna, take his most prized possession and give him what's it called, the shits. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of these BDS cam locks, key switching cam locks, which are on our website. You can do this as well if you want to play along. And I'm gonna mount it on the front. So you're not gonna be able to turn the computer on without a key. And you can also go up with the key and turn it back off. So, if you've got kids that are on the computer way too much, you can do this as well. It's a very simple modification, and it's certainly going to get some screaming and a bit of ruffling of the feathers this morning. So, anyway, let's get started. So, first things first, we've got to crack the case. It's fairly simple. Put that out of the way. And now we actually have to remove the front, which should be fairly simple. We've got a couple of little green tabs. You just push it this way, and the whole plastic front should come off. They make computers so much easier than they did in the olden days. There we go. And of course might need a dust down as well. Okay, now looking for the button. There's our button located here. So if we're lucky, yeah, there we go. It's just a push-in button. Now I can identify the button that turns the machine on and off right there, and it's got just enough cable right here that we can work with. So what I'm going to need to do now is cut that, solder on a cable, and then start mounting our cam lock. Okay, so I just loosened off a few screws here to get my two cables. These are my two cables going into the back of this switch here. It's just a little micro switch. So now that can go back in. They're not going to touch anything, so it doesn't matter. There's no power going to them. So that's basically can go back in there. Now we have our two cables. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the easiest installation. I'm just going to take out one of these trays, drill the cam lock through, and then that's not super. I mean, I could go through the metal and all the rest, but it's just really for the kid. So it doesn't have to be super strong. I'm going to strip these wires. I'm going to extend it. I'm going to put on some squeeze tabs so they can just basically be pushed on the back of that. Then I'm going to drill the lock nicely in one of these bay ports because it's not going to be used. And then we should be ready to go. Let's get to it. Okay, so we've got the button wired up, we've got the right spot for it. Now I know it's only plastic and it's really just a child deterrent. I'm going to use the Christmas tree, go through here and make a hole. So this is a 9mm cam lock, but I'm going to take it up to 18 and then just do it by hand. Uh, 18, okay. So I mean these locks are designed not to roll, so they really should have the straight sides, but for what we're doing it's going to be tight enough. I'm using deburring tool, taking it up to 19mm. So there we go. Oh, look at that, perfect. Okay, so I've put the case back on, I've applied power to it now. Here's the moment of truth. If it starts up, we're going to get a green light here, and that means the computer is actually running. So let's test it. Putting the key in, turn it, whooshka. Now the computer is actually booting up. So I guess this is not suitable for everyone, and yeah, look, it is a little bit flimsy as well. It's for the kids basically. So to put that lock there to say, hey look, I can turn it off at any stage. You can also turn off the Wi-Fi or disconnect the Ethernet, but it is, being a son of a locksmith, why wouldn't I put this on? That's what I expect my son to expect nothing less than me, but by putting a BDS tubular key switch can lock on his computer. So it just means simply now that, you know, if I get the shits and he stays up all night, he's going to need this key to turn on this PC. He pretty much can't do it any other way, except for, you know, pulling the computer apart and bypassing it. But it's a little bit of a statement. So anyway, let's see how he reacts to it. Now, if I want to turn it off, I put the key back in. I turn it again once it's booted up, and I'll actually turn off because it's on Windows 10. So there you have it. And this button here does nothing. So once it boots up, then I can actually go through with the key and turn it off at any stage while the computer's kind of running. Do you notice anything new around here?
Dad, what's that?
What do you mean?
This.
That? That's my secret weapon. Basically, you can't turn your computer on or off without a key now. What do you think? What do you think? Looks pretty good, huh? That's a good thing. Okay, leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching.